I'm Ryan Callahan with your GoVols247 recruiting roundup. It was a busy week last week for Tennessee's coaches during the open date. A number of them went on the road to evaluate prospects, gave them a chance to scatter out across the country a bit more than they can during the season on the week of a game. Butch Jones was in Texas to see Quentin Dormady, the UT quarterback commitment. He also was in the Nashville area to make a few stops before going to North Carolina to see five-star defensive tackle Shy Tuttle. And Tuttle is kind of the focus of attention this week. He's announcing his decision Friday afternoon, with Tennessee, North Carolina, and NC State expected, believed to be his finalists, and those will probably be the three hats on the table from what we've heard this week. Everything that has been said leading up to this decision, Tuttle's remained quiet over the past few months, but everything that's been said leading up to this leads us to believe Tennessee is the favorite going into this announcement. Would obviously be a huge pickup for Tennessee to get him. North Carolina's been was the longtime leader with Tuttle until Tennessee kind of emerged as the favorite over the summer. Around July, leading into late July, is when things kind of shifted toward Tennessee a little bit. And he's visited Tennessee several times, was back for the opener against Utah State, and Tennessee's been in good shape with him pretty much for the past couple of months. So barring a late surprise, it looks like Tuttle is likely to choose Tennessee on Friday. That would give Tennessee 3 defensive tackles for the 2015 class if they were to get him. Khalil McKenzie already committed, obviously another 5-star prospect, and then 4-star defensive tackle Quade Picu from down in Buford, Georgia. So that's kind of the main focus this week. Wouldn't be surprised if a few of Tennessee's coaches are back out on the road this week, but with a noon kickoff against Georgia, maybe not too many, but with Tennessee recruiting the Atlanta area pretty heavily, wouldn't be surprised if a few coaches showed up at a few other games Friday night leading up to that one Saturday. Looking like a pretty decent visit weekend right now for Tennessee's home game against Florida next weekend. It might be affected a little bit by the noon kickoff on SEC Network. That didn't do Tennessee many favors as far as getting visitors in town for that one. But right now it looks like at least a handful of official visitors scheduled to be in for that one. One to keep an eye on, top 100 running back Johnny Frazier of Princeton, North Carolina. He's been committed to Florida State for a little more than a month now. He's planning to be in for that one. It sounds like probably a long shot right now for Tennessee, but with the Vols looking to add a third running back in this class, getting him on campus certainly a big step forward. Also Ricky DeBerry, a top 100 defensive end and linebacker from up in Virginia. He's been to Tennessee a number of times on unofficial visits. He's planning to take an official visit. He was actually at Oklahoma for the Tennessee game a couple of weeks ago for his official visit to Oklahoma. So he's already seen the Vols play once this season, but he'll be back in town for that one next weekend. Probably 2 or 3 other official visits. We'll have more on that next week. But that's kind of where things stand right now in terms of that visit weekend, and probably a number of unofficial visitors as well, with a lot of in-state targets and guys in nearby states. North Carolina and Georgia probably will be in for the Florida game as well. That was expected to be one of Tennessee's 2 big visit weekends this season, and it looks like that still might be the case, although that noon kickoff probably doesn't do them a whole lot of favors. So we'll delve more into that next week with the visit list, but that's an early look at where things stand with that. I'm Ryan Callahan with your GoVols247 recruiting roundup.